hitting record. Ow.
You okay there?
I'm incredibly sore. I played 6 games of bowling yesterday.
Bowling.
Yeah.
Are you good at bowling?
I'm decent enough. To be fair, I played 6 games in a row all by myself, and I came out with a 116 average throughout 6 games. So, considering I haven't played in 2 years, that's okay in my book.
Oh yeah, no, it's been ages. I was pretty good at bowling back when I did that. There was a bowling alley right down the road from my house.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Luckily, there's one like not too far away from mine, so I was just like, oh, they're open. I haven't done it in forever. I need physical activity in my life. I need to go burn off some steam.
Oh man, yeah, I do too. All right.
But that's neither here nor there.
I mean, I'm ready to get going.
Let's do it. Future Donald, can you hit the intro now?
No, now.
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 Now, please.
Like 5 seconds ago.
Hello, Donald in the booth? Okay, there we go.
Perfect.
You know, Future Donald editing these videos, you really need to get your stuff together, man. We ask you to hit the music. And you're not doing it right.
You know, I've listened to episodes where you say, like, I'm going to have to tell Future Donald to change that, and it's the same.
Oh, Future Donald's the worst.
Future Donald?
Future Donald is a lazy person. I'll be the first to admit it.
Oh, man.
If I could honestly give him a stern talking to, I would, but
Well,
he's in the future.
I mean, he is an unpaid intern, so...
So, you know what? That's fair, but, you know, he really should get his stuff together. Then we might actually pay him.
That's true. That's true.
So there is that. Anyway, enough about Future Donald. We got a podcast to do.
Cool.
What's going on, ladies and gentlemen, all you wonderful people listening on in podcast land? Welcome back to the General Geekery Podcast. This is the podcast where we love to geek out about all that we love to geek out about with no regrets.
No remorse.
And with all of the enthusiasm in the world.
Indeed.
As always, I am Donald Kaczynski, your resident coffee ninja by day, actor, gamer, and streamer by night. And joining me, as always, she is the dice slinger extraordinaire, artiste magnificent, and the purveyor of all things dystopia-based. Not utopia-based, I nearly...
Don't make me laugh.
Hannah Kubiak.
Hello.
I consider you an expert on dystopias. What can I say? For as much as you talk about them, I figure we need to put that into that nickname.
Thank you. Thank you.
And, oh, it's the wind, putting
Do
it...
you have a dog?
No. If,
What was the name that they gave me at the Clone Wars stream? It was like Binge Master or something.
Binge Master, I think, yeah.
Binge Master.
Oh, the door's open again. Donald, edit this part out. We're gonna put something heavy in front of the door really quick.
A few minutes later.
Okay, so we fixed the door problem. Sorry about that, guys.
Future Donald will not have edited any of that out, but, you know, it doesn't hurt to tell him.
I think he will this time.
Oh, okay.
I think he will this time. Anyway, ragtagging on Future Donald aside, we got a fun episode in store for you guys today, for we have returned with another new edition of Monster Manual Madness!
Madness!
Madness. Or as Hannah has decided to dub it, M cubed for short.
M cubed?
M cubed?
Maybe. M cubed.
M cubed, triple M.
Anything that's shorter than just saying MMM.
Yeah, fair. We'll figure it out.
MMM.
M cubed.
M cubed.
M cubed. Yeah.
M cubed. M cubed. Okay.
So for those not familiar with how we do Monster Manual Madness, Hannah, with her expert knowledge on Dungeons and Dragons and its inner workings.
Expert knowledge.
Well, you're fascinated by a lot of the lore stuff, so
yeah, I do like it.
She chooses a monster, creature, or enemy type in D&D that has a history based in folktales, lore, and things like that in real life, and we talk about that and the origins and differences in between in-game and D&D and the actual lore itself.
Indeed. I'm going to see if you can guess what this is from its description.
All right.
I mean, I told you a while ago what I would probably be doing for the next M cubed, but maybe.
Well, we were still. You told me what it was, but we were still in the middle of coming off of the high of like the live episode that we were all feeling.
Right.
So
yeah, that's right.
That may have been washed away with that. So I'm coming in with a clear mind on this.
Okay, so this creature from the Monster Manual, I think it's in the Monster Manual.
Okay.
Is a small humanoid, lawful evil, sensitive to sunlight, described as a craven reptilian that commonly infests dungeons. They make up for their physical ineptitude with a cleverness for trap making and tunneling.
A college freshman.
Close, but no cigar. A college freshman. Craven reptilian humanoids.
With an aversion to sunlight. I mean, we all know college freshmen sleep in.
Yep, with an aversion to sunlight.
I mean, I know I did. So.
I'm speaking, of course, of the Kobold.
The Kobold.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, this one I'm actually not too familiar with.
Really? Okay, so they're like, yeah, go ahead and look up a picture of what they look like.
Okay.
But yeah, they are these little small humanoids. They're lawful evil. They basically like worship dragons. And there's actually an option to play a kobold. It's a player race. I think in like might be in Volos.
Oh, is this it?
Yep.
Oh, that is so cool!
Little lizard man. So they're kind of goofy creatures. Like,
it's like if you did a fusion dance between a human and a freaking velociraptor.
Yeah, exactly. Like, this might give you a little example of, do you have their stats pulled up? Like, what they're, because I think they have, like...
Alright, let me look up, I'll look up the stats.
Like, they're very dexterous, but derpy, I think, is how they're usually played.
Okay, -4, Kobold characters are usually -4 in strength, +2 in dexterity, -2 in constitution, small size, +1 bonus to armor class, +1 bonus on attack rolls, +4 bonus on hide checks, -4 penalty on grapple checks, lifting and carrying limits 3/4 of those of medium characters.
How's their intelligence? Did you say that one?
It does not show here at the moment. Let me,
I'm not sure. But,
It does not say that, but I will look into it.
Okay. Yeah, for those of you who are familiar with Critical Role, there was I think Chris Perkins had like the shortest guest appearance with a character that he made that was a kobold. So like a little reptile man who basically had a bunch of packs and backpacks and bags and jars and stuff. Like he was like a walking hoarder's den, basically. And he had all these weird things. Like he had a hornet's nest that he used as a weapon. It was like a projectile.
What?
And this kobold's name was Spurt. They're like, who are you? He's like, my name is Spurt. And literally, they're walking down this tunnel. They come to this big open space. There's some sort of creature there. I don't remember what. But Spurt charges in, throws his hornet's nest at the thing, and is immediately killed. So, I swear, it probably took Chris Perkins longer to build the character than he spent playing the character.
Oh, that hurts.
But it was so funny. The way that yeah, but so kobolds they're almost like a joke race. Like they're funny. They're funny to play. And yeah, so they're sensitive to sunlight. They have disadvantage on attacks and perception when they're in sunlight. They also have pack tactics, which means they have advantage on attacks if an ally is 5 feet from the victim. So they're not really strong by themselves, but they have strength in numbers. kind of, so they can they'll swarm you.
Ah, so they're more effective stormtroopers. Gotcha.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, so I have it. So I have it up here. It says that base intellect is -1. It looks like.
Oh, okay. That tracks. Okay.
It's not as bad as some of the other minus stats though.
Yeah, no. But yeah, this is a really fun creature to play, to put in for lower level people. People who are, I don't know, maybe level 4 or 5, where you go into what would usually be a dragon den, but you never really make it to the end because you're only really powerful enough to deal with kobolds. They're kind of like goblins in that respect, where you present them as a enemy to lower level characters. You know?
Okay.
There's this one of my favorite things that ever happened in Loaded Dice Adventures, which is the D&D Twitch stream that I do.
Check them out on twitch.tv/Loaded Dice Adventures. Link in the description of this episode.
Thank you. And there was this part. I think it was my second episode that I did with them. But we went into this cave system, and it was full of traps. You know how I was saying that kobolds have a skill for traps and tunnel making, and they spend a lot of time in dungeons and caves and stuff.
Okay.
Because they're sensitive to sunlight. They like to be underground.
Fair.
And we went into the cave system. It was full of traps. There were kobolds on zip lines shooting at us while we crossed a narrow bridge. So we're crossing a narrow bridge. We have these kobolds just on zip lines, just zipping across, shooting at us and stuff, and we literally almost died. It was the funniest thing.
Why?
There was a tunnel full of these spinning propellers that would explode if you touched them, kind of going through a vent in a heist movie.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah, 2 of us almost died because it got exploded. And so there was all sorts of stuff. There was this pool that you had to go through it, but there was acid on the top, so you had to go underneath, stuff like that. And at the end, there was this really old kobold who asked us to fill out a survey rating the difficulty of the traps. Because so you've been through all of the traps, and I'd like you to fill out this survey, just for quality assurance. It was just the dumbest, most awesome thing. And yeah, we've got this recurring character that we met in that session named Kreesk, who's a kobold. Kreesk. And
interesting.
Yeah, he actually, for him helping us get out of the cave, we were like, yep, you want a new home? We'll give you a new home. And as a prank, our druid told Kreesk that his new home was our paladin's temple to the paladin's god. So Kreesk started living there, and Kreesk actually became a paladin himself. He's a level 2 paladin of Belgrator or something. so goofy. Kreesk. Oh man. But yeah, okay, so they're usually lawful evil. And they worship dragons as evil demigods. 'Cause they're dragonkin themselves.
Right.
They're kind of like the sort of hillbilly cousins of the Dragonborn, kind of.
Okay.
I don't know if that's exactly the right way to phrase it, but yeah, they're like Dragonborns, but silly and kind of derpy. There's this there's this kobold legend of this lost god called Kurtulmak, who was a vassal of Tiamat, who is the like big evil dragon god. Kurtulmak was sent to retrieve a treasure for the dragon queen, but there was from a gnome who stole the treasure, but the gnome tricked Kurtulmak and trapped him in a maze for eternity. So kobolds really, really hate, like, being tricked.
Really?
And lied to. Yes, which is really interesting to me because they love to make traps.
Huh.
Very strange. But yeah, they, I've always wanted to play a kobold just in a campaign, or do a campaign where we're all kobolds. Like we you start at the beginning and you're like a platoon of kobold guards in some dragon's lair, and your goal is to like get out of there and make your own living and on par with like other adventurers. Oh.
Yeah, do you need the garbage?
Yes, please. Yeah.
I saw you fiddling with the tea bag, and I was just wondering if you just wanted to stop it from steeping.
Yeah. But yeah, sometime I want to run like a short campaign that's just kobolds.
That sounds fun.
Yeah. Like I think I may have mentioned this at one point, but there was a game that there was a session that I did one time with I think it's some group in Milwaukee where we were sneaking into some place and we used somebody used seeming to disguise us all as kobolds. And so for some reason when we ran into other kobolds, the way that we all decided to talk was we were all like, "Whoa, no, other kobolds! Whoa!
Oh my god, you speak Jawa as... Oh lord.
Like the guards of the main villain's lair or whatever. We're like, we're your replacements. We're on duty now. You can go about your business. So, yeah, it's just one of those kooky things that. So kobolds are craven reptilian humanoids in Dungeons and Dragons. Now we're going to talk about what they are in mythology, and it's very, very different. They're not. Okay. Tell me if this sounds like the same kind of creature. Okay. The kobold is a sprite stemming from Germanic mythology and surviving in modern times in German folklore. Although usually invisible, a kobold can materialize in the form of an animal, fire, a human being, and a candle. The most common depictions of kobolds show them as human-like figures the size of small children. So...
I can see aspects.
They're basically like little fairy people, like...
The world?
Yeah.
That is almost nothing like what is depicted in the D&D guide.
No, which leads me to wonder where did the one in the Monster Manual come from? Like, where did the idea come from? Is it based on this? Now,
well, we could probably take a look at like the descriptions of like how it's described in mythology and like relate that to.
Yeah.
So
we both said so.
Right.
I have the basically this is just the Wikipedia page, but I read it earlier and I saw a couple of parallels, but not enough to satisfy me.
Okay.
So there's a couple different kinds of kobolds. Kobolds who live in human homes wear the clothing of peasants. Those who live in mines are hunched and ugly, and kobolds who live on ships smoke pipes and wear sailor clothing. So they're basically just like little people. Like I'm thinking like the borrowers or something.
So they're either the house elves from Harry Potter, the dwarf race from Lord of the Rings, or one of the many short races of Narnians that are on the Dawn Treader from in Chronicles of Narnia.
Yeah.
That was a stretch on that last one, but
yeah. So there are legends of like all three major types. Usually the creatures are house spirits of ambivalent nature. Sometimes they'll do like chores around the house. They play malicious tricks if insulted or neglected. Let's see. In some... Oh, this will be fun. In some regions, kobolds are known by local names, such as... Okay, this is German. Such as the Galgenmannlein of southern Germany and the Heinzelmännchen of Cologne. The type of kobold that haunts... wait a minute. The ship kobold that lives aboard ships and helps sailors, they call them Klabautermann.
Okay.
And I have no idea what that means. I know man means man, but...
Any of our listeners that speak German or knows how to translate German to English, please message us.
I mean, I kind of know a little bit.
Or offer us a second opinion or assistance, if at all.
Klabautermann.
I should probably just show those to my brother. I know he knows some German. So.
Yeah. So they're kind of just like fairies, really. Fairies without wings.
They've been clipped off at birth.
Yep. So the sort of, it's derived from beliefs of the mischievous Kobolds of ancient Greece, the household Lares and Penates of ancient Rome, or native German beliefs in a similar rune spirit called Kobold, whose name is a possible root word for the modern kobold. Kobold. I wonder what does the word Kobold mean? Oh, you know what? Hold on. Yeah. They are kind of... Okay. Where am I? Scholars have argued that the names of these creatures, such as goblins and kaboteurs, derive from the same root as kobold. Kaboteurs. Kaboteur. The Dutch word for a gnome or a leprechaun. Oh, yeah.
Fair. Yeah, I can see that.
I am kind of also thinking of leprechauns here. So, I feel like right now, the only similarity really is kind of the propensity for, like, tricks and traps and sneaking and hiding. I don't know where this kobold leprechaun person of German folklore became a little dragon guy, but maybe we'll figure it out.
Well, didn't you also say that the original, like, kobold kept to, like, shadows or something like that?
Yeah. Oh, you mean the Monster Manual one?
No, the official, like, the Germanic one.
Yeah. They are... Yeah, well, there are ones who live in mines.
Here?
Yeah. Oh, the name of the element cobalt comes from the creature's name because medieval miners blamed the sprite kobolds for the poisonous and troublesome nature of the typical arsenical ore of this metal, cobalite and smaltite, which polluted other mined elements. So
no way.
Yeah.
There's no way.
What? What do you mean?
There is no way that is actually... That can't be.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
The miners blamed sprites for like arsenic stuff that happened with the element cobalt.
So you mean to tell me that somehow an ancient creature that was translated into a race in D&D is responsible for one of the many elements on the periodic table?
Mm-hmm.
I shouldn't be surprised, but...
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. What the heck? I was not ready to hear that today.
Yeah. So there are basically just little creatures like a pixie or a brownie or a dwarf or a leprechaun or a fairy. You know, they're in that category. I think of it sort of like the little creatures that will make shoes for the shoemaker at night or whatever, you know, like.
Man, that's a reference.
Yeah, I'm literally just reading Wikipedia to you right now, so.
Never toss a kobold.
Nobody tosses a kobold. Although
Not the tail!
Although you do attach a kobold to a zip line, apparently. Whee!
Do you think that kobolds would love amusement parks at nighttime?
Hell yes.
I want art of just
Of a kobold on a
either kobold on a roller coaster or the entirety of a Six Flags amusement park at night being taken over by kobolds and all the humans running in fear because they don't understand what's going on.
Yeah.
I think that would just be funny.
Yeah. So Okay. Oh, here we go. So some of the etymologies for kobold, for the word kobold. Some guy named Otto Schrader in 1908 traced the word to Kubawalda, meaning the one who rules the house, master of the house, cobbling the shoes. So the root word seems to be usually it comes from a different languages, meaning house, building, or hut, or or cove, like a cove in a cave. Yeah, cave, cove. And the suffix old means to rule. So like room gods is another one.
The suffix old means to rule.
Mm-hmm.
No wonder the elderly make all the decisions.
Yep, they do. This is my house. Okay. So that is what a kobold is like. Oh, here's a drawing of a kobold. It's freaking creepy.
Of the dramatic one?
Yeah.
Oh, good God!
He's just like living his best life with gigantic ears, naked, smoking a pipe. Oh no, he's wearing pants.
What are you looking at,
I
human?
thought that was just a tastefully shadowed crotch, but no, it's pants.
What are you looking at, human?
What are you looking at, human?
You've never seen a small little kobold, half naked, smoking on the wacky tobacco before?
The wacky tobacco?
Never underestimate the power of the kobold's wacky tobacco.
Yeah.
We will never let the wacky tobacco meme die.
Oh, this one's naked. A kobold in the form of an infant helps with domestic chores.
Oh, Lord.
Just a little baby butt with a tail.
Oh, man.
Like that X-Files episode, Small Potatoes.
I really hope that's not how my new nephew turns out. Like, legitimately, like the day that we're recording this podcast, a day after my new nephew was born.
Oh.
We don't...
Man.
By the way, congrats Ryan and Caitlin. Congrats.
Aww. What did they name
Wyatt.
Him?
Wyatt.
Wyatt. Well,
Yep.
that's a good one, actually.
Yep, I like that.
Wade and Wyatt.
Yep.
Hope
Wyatt.
they have a girl and name her Winifred.
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 I love that name.
Freddie for short, or Winnie for short. I like Freddie better, actually, with an I-E, Freddie.
Yeah, I would definitely name a daughter Freddie for short.
Winifred. Yeah, so that's the stuff about... I'm going to see if they say more about the cave-dwelling ones, because that is where I see the correlation.
The description of the cave-dwelling ones, like, in my mind, reminds me of Goblin Town from, the Middle Earth.
Oh, yeah, from The Hobbit?
Yeah, from Hobbit, like, when they enter into Goblin Town, just like, how the description of, like, the traps and zip lines and machinations that they do definitely reminds me of that kind of environment.
Yeah, so the medieval European miners believed in these underground spirits called kobolds, and superstitious miners believed that the creatures were expert miners and metal workers who could be heard drilling, hammering, and shoveling. Some stories claim the kobolds live in the rock, just as human beings live in the air. What? So it'd be kind of like... It's like, so they can, like, phase through rock?
Really?
Maybe
Cool.
they, like, start to emerge from the rock, like the face in the waterbed in the new Conjuring trailer.
Oh no! Oh, or even like when the T-1000 is going through the metal bars in Terminator 2, just
Right,
like
yeah.
boom, 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 boom.
It just phased through. Yep. Oh man, walking through walls.
Walking through
So yeah,
walls and
legends
shit.
often paint these underground kobolds as evil creatures, and people in medieval mining towns would pray for protection from them. And they were blamed for like accidents, cave-ins, rock slides, and also for the cobalt arsenic infested ore, which I'm
Poison.
sure caused a lot of like weird diseases.
It was all about that kobold poison.
Yep, the kobold poison. That explains why I am the way that I am.
Poison.
Yeah, and there's like a prank that that kobolds will play on miners is to fool them into taking worthless ore.
You fool! You thought it was precious coal, but instead it was just a measly horse apple.
Like, yeah, it's just my turd. Like, what did you do today? What did you do today, Kronsk? Well, I fooled a miner into taking all of my poop from the past week. He thought it was gold.
Ah, top shelf, old chap, top shelf.
Top shelf. Yeah, so yeah. And we're adding insult to injury. These ores could be poisonous. They could cause a burning sensation to those who handle them. Oh, this is funny. Miners would try to appease the kobolds with offerings of gold and silver, and treating them respectfully, but the kobolds only returned such kindness with more poisonous ore. Yeah.
And then after all that, until when all of them are poisoned, finally we will deliver them a boot to the head.
A boot to the head. These also kind of remind me of, what were they called? The Yule Lads that I told you about from the, like, what was it? It was like the Danish...
Oh,
like Scandinavian folklore, when we had that one about all the different holiday creatures, like the
Yeah.
Krampus and the Yule Lads, and the Yule Lads were
Yeah, I remember that.
they were named like pot liquor and spoon liquor and
Oh my god.
bread stealer, goat milker.
Goat milker!
Goat milker. I wonder what he gets up to.
I really hope he's not the one who sold me my bars of goat milk soap.
Oh man, goat liquor.
Ooh.
Goat milker.
Ugh.
There was this, I first heard about the Yule Lads from this podcast called And That's Why We Drink. And the one who was presenting the stories was like talking about all these names, and she was like, and then there's spoon liquor, and you can only fucking imagine what he does.
La 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 la. Jeez
Oh
Louise.
man. Yeah. So
Why are folktales so messed up?
they're so strange. Yeah. Oh, there's a poem.
About kobolds?
Yes, German writers have borrowed from German folklore for poetry and prose. So in his Bible, Martin Luther translates the Hebrew Lilith as kobold.
What?
In Faust, in Goethe's Faust, the kobold represents the Greek element of earth. Here is the poem. It's part of it.
Okay.
Salamander shall kindle, writhe nymph of the wave, And an heir sylph shall dwindle, and kobold shall slave. Who doth ignore the primal four, nor knows aright their use and might, or spirits will he ne'er master be.
Do you think that poem might be part of the inspiration for like the appearance of it in D&D? Because just the first...
Maybe salamander thing?
Yeah, maybe. I mean, salamander is like when you're a child. People, when you're a child that has no knowledge of like reptiles and things like that, a salamander can appear dragon-esque. Like, you look at that, it's like, oh, little baby dragon!
Yep. Dragon, not lizard.
I don't do that tongue thing.
Yeah, so... Oh my goodness. There is an opera by Wagner called Der Kobold.
Oh my god, what?
And kobolds appear in many modern fantasy-themed games like Clash of Clans, a non-playable race in World of Warcraft, and also featured in tabletop games such as Magic the Gathering and Dungeons & Dragons. I wonder if the ones in World of Warcraft are more like D&D kobolds, or if they're like these sprite people.
That's a good question.
I don't know. Okay, so kobolds, basically what I'm getting here is in mythology, kobolds are basically like Germanic leprechauns. That's my take on it.
Yeah, I'm getting that too.
Der Kobold.
Why are Germanic creatures of myth so mean?
Oh my gosh.
I found the kobold in World of Warcraft. Look at that.
Oh my gosh. Well, it looks like a rat person.
It does!
Does he have a burning candle on his head?
Yes he does!
Oh, well, I mean, they do appear as candles, apparently. I don't understand that, but... The ones that are the water spirits, the Klaubottermen, they are seen as an ill omen and are a feared sight among sailors.
Oh,
they
Lord.
only appear to those about to die. Imagine that if you're you're there on watch and on a ship, and you turn around and you just see this see that fucking guy. you're like
He's just staring at you like,
he's just standing there like just a little leprechaun. Like, no, you see that guy from that guy from the beginning here with the huge ears and the big nose, just sitting there with his pipe. And he just looks at you like this.
yo.
He just looks at you like this. Like, what is his expression saying? What is he? It's like, I know something that you don't know.
No, it would be like, Thursdays, am I right?
Thursdays, am I right? He looks kind of like someone else is really struggling, and he kind of feels a little bit of pity for them, but mostly he's just amused.
He's just broken by the reality of life and is just like...
Yeah, he's like, you'd be as happy as me if you had this wacky tobacco I got. Oh my gosh. Oh, so it turns out now I have more questions than answers. I do not know how... You know what? I'm just going to type it in. Type in the question. Why are the D&D kobolds so different from mythological ones? Let's see if...
I love how far down the rabbit hole we've gone on this.
Yeah. Oh, man. Okay. Why did kobolds change? Okay. This is Giant in the Playground Forum.
Okay.
Fred, why did kobolds change? In the beginning, kobolds were short, dog-like creatures. What?
Woof, woof.
But now they're short, lizard-like creatures with some link to dragons. My question is, why did Wizards of the Coast change this? This seems like a pretty arbitrary thing to do when they could have just updated the entry on lizard folk. So, Back in the day, kobolds were, besides being canine types, small creatures whose main advantages were numbers and defenses built in their lairs. Okay, we all know this. These were the kobolds of Tucker's Kobolds frame back in the days of 1st and 2nd edition. They were always reptilian egg layers canonically, but in 3rd edition, someone came up with the idea, probably for a laugh, that kobolds insisted that they were dragonkin. Yeah, comic relief cannon fodder kobolds, insisting on a family connection to big bad dragons.
Oh,
Soon enough, someone took the joke seriously, and the dragon-wrought kobold was born. Okay, so... Wait. So they were more like dogs in 1st and 2nd edition.
How does that even...
In 2nd edition, they look more like big-eyed little gray men, but with stubby horns and dragon-like ears. They were basically anemic, weird-looking goblins. I'm basically just reading this thread. What the heck? Yeah, they were dog-like creatures. Like, oh, that's badass. Look at this. This is a picture of a dog kobold.
Yo!
What the heck? You know what I want to do? We should do like a, maybe a Patreon post or something. I want to find like images of the kobold in 1st through 5th edition and just like, because there's more here.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then lizard kobolds showed up.
They could not be more vastly different.
Yeah, the kobold... Okay, here's somebody named Pugwampy saying...
What?
The kobold originated from German folklore. It looked not unlike gnomes or halflings, probably why they were given lizard features. Man, okay. I don't know. I don't understand. Let's still have questions.
I'm looking at all the different Kobold cards that there are in Magic the Gathering right now.
Mm-hmm.
The one that constantly comes up is the card Crimson Kobold.
Okay.
So let's see. This looks like one of the this looks like one of the older cards.
Oh, okay. Let's see. Ew.
Oh, do you actually have this?
No. I just glanced at the Wikipedia again. Some kobolds resemble small children. According to dramatist and novelist X.B. Singteen, kobolds are the spirits of dead children and often appear with a knife that represents the means by which they were put to death.
What? Why?
Can you imagine that if you're like in your house and you just see a child with a knife?
That would terrify
a child that
me.
you do not know. Come and play with us.
Please, no.
Yes.
No.
His voice is soft and tender, like that of a boy or a maiden.
Okay, this is one of the kobolds from Magic the Gathering.
Okay, it looks kind of dog-like. I mean, the fact that they have like a snout. Gosh. We just spent 45 minutes learning like nothing about how these are connected.
We went down the rabbit hole.
I have
on
more
this.
questions than answers. I really do.
Let's just name this episode Monster Manual Mayhem M Cubed 4, the Kobold down the Kobold rabbit hole.
Down the kobold hole.
Oh my.
Oh my. Down the kobold hole.
Oh my
Into
god.
the kobold hole, fly boy.
Down into the kobold hole with you, cretin.
Oh man. I've had enough.
I think we can leave it off at that. Oh my.
Man.
This might have
It
been.
really can't get any worse.
Don't say that, because it eventually will. We'll find something later, like off recording, and we'll just be like, "What the fuck? Why did we miss this?"
I will research further, and write something about this because I cannot let it lie. I cannot let it lie. So confusing and unanswered with so many factors. So yeah, kobolds.
Oh.
Are they reptilian creatures? Are they little emaciated goblin people? Are they dogs? Are they candles? We don't know.
There are so many different iterations of this creature, and none of them are consistent in image.
Not at all. I mean, they are all kind of connected with caves and darkness.
I mean, they have like similar like connections like through their settings and stuff like
Caves
that.
and darkness and craftiness.
But in terms of physical appearance and just mannerisms and things like that, none of them are consistent. Oh my god!
I don't know, man. Well, if you came to this episode today intending to learn something, we're sorry.
We're sorry, guys. Like, we are confused. We are perplexed.
We have work to do.
We are confuplexed.
Confuplexed?
Confused and perplexed.
Oh, okay. Perfused.
Perfused. Ooh. I actually like that one better. We'll go with perfused.
Okay.
I guess we have to leave the episode off on that.
I guess so.
I have nothing else to add to that.
Yep. You think,
I don't know what else we can add to that.
well, I have done.
Congratulations, Hannah. You've thrown us into a state of confusion and unrest.
Yep. Chaos reigns.
I hope you're proud of yourself.
I am. It wasn't that hard.
Well, considering it's me, yeah, that's fair. Anyway.
Myself, too. I confuse myself on a daily basis.
Fair enough. Anyway, thank you guys for joining us for another episode of General Geekery Podcast for this 4th edition of Monster Manual Madness. If you guys like what you've been listening to, make sure to follow us wherever we can be found, where podcasts can be found. We're on Spotify, Spreaker, Apple Podcasts, and if you guys don't have access to any of those streaming services, we are on YouTube at Anime Rev Productions, where you can see the full catalog of all of our past episodes if you want to start a little way back from the beginning. Man, there were some early days, let me tell you.
Oh, man.
I was sorting through them earlier, and I was like, oh, man.
Really?
We've come a long way.
Wow. Yeah, I kind of want to go back and listen to the first one.
Oh, man, it's so weird.
Is it? Oh, goodness.
We were so unprepared.
Really?
I feel...
You're saying that in this episode?
Compared to where we are now, I mean, we still didn't have, like, our usual structure, like, mapped out yet, so we were just shooting in the wind, so there was that.
Yep.
So if you guys want to see those early episodes and just see, listen to us, like, just being awkward and trying to be good hosts as best to our ability, go check that out. And if you guys want to follow us on social media and follow all the weirdness that follows us wherever we go, we are on Instagram at General Geekery and on Facebook and Twitter at Gen Geek Podcast. And if you guys love the show and want to support us, you can try donating to our Patreon at patreon.com/General Geekery. We do a bunch of different things on there. You get early access to all of our episodes before they go live on Sundays. We have a couple of blog posts on there that we always post up about. I know Hannah said she was going to do something for this episode as well. Also, if you guys want to interact with us directly and chat and talk about episodes or just shoot the shit, whatever.
You can come to Donald's address, which...
No! No, the Discord.
Right? Oh, yes!
We have a Discord now.
Woo!
So we now have a Discord channel for our community members that want to hang out, talk with us, discuss about our latest episodes, or just be like, what in the world did we just listen to? Why are you guys like this? How? We are on Discord. The link for the Discord will be in the description of each episode, so come hang out with us, check us out, and join in the madness of geekery. Hannah, where can they check you out at?
Well, you can find me rolling dice with my party every Monday at 7:30 Central. Did I say what it's called yet? No. You could find them on Twitch. I'm still thinking about kobolds.
Yeah, I know.
Okay, I'll start that again. You can find me rolling dice with my party every Monday at 7:30 Central on twitch.tv/Loaded Dice Adventures. I play Petra, the Dragonborn Ranger Rogue, always looking for some zombies to kill. You can also follow me on Instagram if you'd like at Pythian Legume.
Yeah, definitely go check her out. Also get some art from her. Get
yeah.
art from her.
If you want some art, yep, DM me. There's many ways.
If you ever draw a kobold, I don't know which one you're gonna do. If you ever decide to draw a kobold, I'm scared.
A kobold? Which kind?
I know. I'm like, which one do you draw? I'm scared.
I'm just gonna draw a candle and give it to you. I could do that literally right now.
I mean, the traditional Germanic one can turn invisible if I'm not mistaken. So
yep, I'll just hand you a blank sheet of paper. Like, check it out.
All right, here's the blank piece of paper, Donald. That'll be $20 for the art commission.
Yes, that'll be $20. The easiest $20 I ever made.
Fair. You're just literally handing a piece of paper. That's all you're doing.
Oh man.
And if you guys want to check me out, you can find me on Twitter and Instagram at RyuzakiMK7. You can also find me on Twitch as well at RyuzakiMK7. I play a majority of different games. A lot of them are RPG based. But I also do a lot of other fun games as well. I do a lot of different story-based RPGs, which I love doing voices for and voice acting. I know the newest story portion for Fate Grand Orders just came out, so I'm going to be doing that this upcoming week. A lot of voice acting.
Ooh.
Can't wait. Gonna love it. I love it when new story comes out for it. So. Definitely go check me out on that. That's twitch.tv/RyuzakiMK7. Can't wait to see you guys there. So, this has been episode 82 of the General Geekery Podcast, Monster Manual Madness Volume 4. All about kobolds confusing us. For Hannah Kubiak, I'm Donald Kaczynski. We actually have mugs to clink in our hands this time, so we're not half-assing this. This time I actually have a cup with me. I'm not using like the end of the metal end of a water bottle and a pocket knife this time. You guys gave me so. You guys gave
not even a container.
You gave me such grief for that. Until next time, for Hannah, I'm Donald. Until next time, keep rolling your dice. Keep getting confused by the weird changes to creatures from their real life folktale counterparts in D&D. But
check the traps.
Yep, indeed. Check the traps. And always remember to keep your geek on.
Always.
Clink, clink.
Clink, clink. Oh, that was a nice one.
Yeah, that was a good one. First good one after a very long time. Bye, everyone.
Later.
What even?